What's going on, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. This is episode 1 of the Dynasty Warriors 3 walkthrough gameplay. This is like one of the best games that I've ever played as far as like beat 'em up status is concerned. It's by KOE and W Force. This was produced back in 2001, but the speed and the graphics, it still holds up today. So let's go ahead and get through the intro. Water splashing. Mother? There she is. Father. Bling. And he's dancing. Step. Ha. Sting. Hello, lights. Like I said, even with the graphics and the cinematics view that's in here is just really on point. That's Lubu. He's one of the strongest characters that's within Dynasty Warriors, the whole genre. The Dynasty Warriors 3 was actually the kickoff for the rest of the Dynasty Warriors series. They did have a Dynasty Warriors 2. I'm not too familiar with it. All I know, it wasn't as popular as Dynasty Warriors 3. They really did a lot of bending and tweaking with this video game. And they've let's see, it was the Romance series and also the Kessin series, and this is where the Dynasty Warriors comes in and really gives like a different look and feel of the whole beat 'em up atmosphere. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start it off as a brand new video game, and we're going to play as Jeon-Yun. Alright, so what we're going to do first is, let me go ahead and get right back to the game screen here. Alright, so we're going to be starting off fresh. So the first thing that you want to do with any strategy game is to make sure that your character is built up to a point where you can actually play the game pretty effectively and actually have some power over the game. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go to options. It's like one of the best ways that I've learned to kind of build up your character rather quickly. Like I said, I'm just starting off real fresh, and I'm going to go ahead and set my difficulty to easy. Yes, easy. I'll tell you why that is as soon as we start to get rolling here. So just like with any other type of beat 'em up game, you do have different levels and stages that you can play. Like the challenge has, survival mode and endurance, and then versus is you and another player, and then you have Mushu, which is like the story mode. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into free mode, which will allow you to do different stage selects, like screens and stuff like that. Like I said, this is brand new. Haven't really gotten started with anything, so we're going to start off with the very first one, the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Alright, let's go ahead and get in there. Alright. Choose this guy right here. He is Jeon-Yun, and we have the characters that are on the screen right now. And once you've beaten the game, with whoever that you want to use, you'll notice that you're unlocking different characters and things of that nature. All right, so For this one, you know, you have your bigger guys, which obviously has more life and more the Mushu, which is like a special attack that you're able to maneuver. It's one of the pinnacles of the game. You have your shorter dudes with you know, with the same staff, and you have a dude with a freaking massive ass sword. He's like one of the main characters of the game as well, along with Sean Yun. So let's go ahead and choose him. And something else that I really thought was pretty funny was the Japanese commentary versus the American commentary. So you'll see that during this episode as well. All right, so here we are at our character selection, which you can go in and you can add different equipment for your character. Let's say for weapons, you'll have, like, you know, the different weapons that you can be able to choose from down here, but you start out with just a regular one that gives you 14 of attack, so we got that good. For your items, we don't have anything for items yet, but as you progress in your games, even in free mode, you know, once you're beating up your officers and, you know, your gate captains and things of that nature, then you're gaining items, defense, attacks, and things of that nature. You'll see that as well. And then you have your bodyguards, which you can either choose from either defense or attack, or you can have whatever weapon that you want to. Oh yeah, a spear, not a staff. My bad. That you can have your characters with. So I'm going to go ahead and keep everybody the same, and hook my guys up with the spears as well. Alright, so got that good to go. So, alright, so with this map right here, you can tell with the paths that's actually leading outside. The ones that are red are, and it's got the little the white points, white and red points that's out. That lets you know like who actually is guarding that gate. If it's an enemy that's guarding it, then you know there's more enemies that could be able to flow through the gate, and I'm pretty sure we can be able to see an example of that as well. For the ones that are blue, are obviously the ones that are on your side, the Han forces. All right. So let's go ahead and get it started. Right, listen to this guy. This guy is hilarious.
Go! Children of the Yellow Turban.
Oh my god, that dude sounds fucking like Kermit.
Hi-yo.
Alright, just gonna hand sweep through these guys real quick. You'll notice, like, what I've yeah, he's moving like real slow. So as soon as you start out, this is basically the speed. But once you advance, you know, you get your different medallions and things of that nature that just help boost up your speed, your defense, your Mushu. Which I'll go ahead and show you that real quick. So this is like a special move that Sean Yun can
Think we would let you
he can do. And for this guy here, you'll see that he's got a name over his head. Alright, and everybody else just has a life meter, but he actually, for him to be prestigious, lets me know that, you know, he's, you know, either an officer or a captain or whatever the case might be. So I'm able to get, you know, different, either a weapon or an item or something like that. And I just click through that commentary.
more insects.
So these are the arrow guys. He's got the pretty. What do we got?
Feel the power of my magic!
He sounds like he's freaking drunk. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Alright, so now we're going to get trampled. You gotta make sure to dodge these boulders. And you're coming up this hill, you gotta make sure not to take too much time. Damn it. So basically, this is like a really cool game to play. Like if you had like a really bad freaking day at work, and you just want to take your frustration out on something, you just want to go around and you just want to hack up shit out of people, this will be the game to play. That's my boy right there. You're my boy, Blue.
Nothing to fear. Attack!
Attack! Even for its time, it still has like the raunchy dialogue. Alright, so this right here is a gate captain. This dude, if you don't kill him, you see these other guys that's just running through the gate. Alright, so what we have to do first is we have to take out that gate. So that would enable the Han forces to take over that gate. What I like to do first, while I'm taking out the officers as well. Now all the gate captains, they give you defense. Okay. But now that I've taken him out, there's no other enemies. Okay, so for the life meter on here is pretty funny. I mean, the Ninja Turtles, they have pizzas, you know, that's like stuck in random places that you can't freaking get to. And then for, let's say, you know, these whatever else that you know, the characters, you know, get for like life meters and shit. But for this video game, you have steam buns. Of all the things in the world. I mean, you have, Castlevania, you know, you have a pork chop that's stuck in the damn wall that you gotta use your whip in order to crack it open and eat a freaking pork chop that's stuck in a wall. But nope, we're using steam buns for life recovery. I think I could have picked something else. Who's this dude? We're gonna go in.
I shall punish all those who defy heaven's will.
Ooh. Nom, nom. I think he was chewing gum as trying to give his monologue there.
When all else fails, attack! Behold!
Snowball. Balls of fury. So we just took out another officer up there. So we're just going to go ahead and run back down. And we're going to go ahead and take out that gate that's on the bottom there. Let's secure that. Apparently there's a lot of freaking officers that are down there. So the more people that you take out, the more you know, the more your points will gain at the end. Even though the free mode, just like with Mushu, you know, you'll gain experience, you'll gain, you know, strength, attack, defense, all that sort of good stuff. But it's these cats, the officers, that are really, you know, the one that count.
They joined against us.
So that's something else. It's like when you, especially when you're first starting out, you want to sweep through these guys as much as possible. It's been about 10 years since I've actually played this particular game, Dynasty Warriors 3, but this is like one of the, like I said, one of the best beat 'em up games that I've ever played, and I would play this game any day of the week. And some of these cats you can pretty much see, like, right off the bat that they are, you know, nothing. But as far as like a main character, just because they got, you know, the outfits and stuff like that, really doesn't shit. Okay, so I may have missed somebody over here, but that's cool. Just wanted to walk through here. I just wish, like, some of these games, you know, just make it a little bit more fun. I mean, I know you could be able to ride a horse, but you can't jump on particular horses unless you're up in rank. You know, but I mean, even if you would have gave him some, I mean, it looks like he's running, yeah, but that's like more like a casual jog, you know, and just give some type of walk action. Like as soon as you beat somebody's ass and you know you've or jumped into like a crowd of people, it's like, what's up, guys? Bam! You know, something like that. You know. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into this little square over here, which looks like to be a fort, and there's another officer that's there. So, like I said, with any strategy game that I've played, you know, it's always you know, go for the bigger guys first, and so that way, you know, you'll be sure to, you know, beef up your guys as fast as possible. And having it on easy is no different than having it on, I mean, if you want to show them our strength. You know, if you actually want to play a much harder, you know, just to give yourself a little bit more of a challenge, then sure, but I haven't seen that great of a difference by, you know, setting on medium or hard or whatnot. Other than, you know, you're just running around trying to find freaking steamed cinnamon buns and shit like that. You know, just try to keep yourself alive instead of actually enjoying the different strokes for different folks. You know? Me personally, I like to you know, get used to the games, get used to the controls before, you know, actually, you know, get really into it. So this strategy, you know, happens to work out pretty well.
The enemy officer has fallen to my
This
blade.
is like one of those games that are like very rewarding. You know, you see progression as you go through the video game. So that's one of the other things that I really do like about the game, and that really you know, inspires, or that's what actually keeps the game interesting throughout the whole freaking game. You can always go back, you can still soup up your character just that much more, and the beauty behind that I've seen behind
has fallen to my blade.
playing this game versus the other Dynasty Warriors is you can actually play through all the levels with one character, build them all up, and still use that one character, you know, to play all the way through the game. Now, for the PS3 or Xbox 360, you know, I've played those, and the story modes have it to where, you know, you can't play as one particular person. It's kind of like forced upon to play different characters in different stages. You know, so that way, you know, it's kind of like, you know, getting you used to, I guess, for anybody who's new to the whole Dynasty Warriors genre, is, you know, it's just a way for you to get used to, you know, how everybody is, and, you know, figure out which characters you like, and, you know, getting you used to the different controls for each character. And that's all well and good, but not if you come home from a hard day at work and you just want to slash through people. You know, if you have the woman that's on here, she just got some damn rings and she wants to float around and shit like that. Well, unless you just have one of those days where you just want to start throwing rings at people, you know? That's kind of like a pissed off Sonic the Hedgehog.
The enemy officer has fallen to my blade.
Alright, so you gave me a weapon. Let's go over here to this other gate captain. Full life. See all those guys that are coming through right now. They all want to kick my ass. Son of a... Alright, give me my... Okay, so now that we have all the gates secured, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take out the boss. Just because we can. So where's this guy at? Looks like the Lone Ranger, and everybody's trying to kick his ass. That's something else that's cool. You go off and you start taking out all the officers and that, and you know, all the other officers that are your allies. You know, they just have their bodyguards just to kick the other guys. Like the enemies' bodyguards and that, you know, they just stay behind and they just fight each other. Whether the officers, on the other hand, there we go.
My body may die. My spirit will live forever.
I swear, where did they get the guys for this commentary? Han? I swear, for some of these cats for the commentary, you know, for the Japanese ones, for all the Japanese games, they really, I mean, they sound menacing, they sound aggressive and powerful and everything like that. But for the, you know, the American voices, the voiceovers for American games, or for Japanese games rather, I mean, it sounds like they just went outside and, you know, opened up the door and pulled a drunk guy right off the street. Go, my yellow ribbon. Whatever, dude. It's pretty funny. I've experienced quite a few games like that. It's just freaking hilarious. And I guess, you know, that's what gives the game just a little bit more charm. It looks like I missed a gate left over there, but that's cool. Alright, so at this point is where we rack up our scores and stuff like that, but this is also where we can go through the weapons and the items and that we won from the other officers. Alright, so this compared to the one I already have, obviously I'm just going to go with the one that just won. Alright, and the other one you discard. Alright, so I got the speed scroll, and that should make me move around and fight a little bit faster, run a little bit faster, everything like that. It's speed. Right? Mounted attack, that's, you know, if you're up on a horse, you're running around, or, you know, when you're actually on a freaking horse, you know, once you moved up in the range, you know, you have this in your little item blocks, one of your 5 actually. Then this would actually boost up your attack on that. So it's been pretty real. It's pretty cool. Awesome. So let's see, we got 500. There's second spear general. Second spear general. Huh. Now we got a long way to go. I would say probably after, you know, playing this, or at least the free mode, just a few more times, and, you know, you'll notice like a dramatic jump. But like I said, if you want to be aggressive in the way that you know, go in and play any game, not only Dynasty Warriors 3, but, you know, it's a lot easier just to make things easier on yourself. Because if you die during the actual gameplay, you don't retrieve anything, and normally with harder level settings, rather difficulty settings, you know, it takes a little bit longer for you to go through each level, so just make it easy on yourself. And so that's what I'd like to do anyway. Alright everybody, that's it for this episode. If you like what you see, please hit that like button. If you would like to be updated and to see more episodes in future channels, please hit that subscribe button. If you would like to leave any comments or questions, please do so at the comment section below. Thank you again for your support and for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great one.